welcome back to Oakley Hour. So we are continuing our Sylvia garden build. So far I'm really happy with how everything's looking, and today we will be working on the coffee storage cabinet. So quite a few paper elements, so we will see how this goes. Anyway, we are starting with this little fella with, let's see, P5, which is a piece of paper. This little one here, and we're just going to wrap this around. Good that you can see everything I'm doing here. Let's reorganise this camera. There we go. Okay, so basically we are going to wrap it around our end here. And we are putting another end on the top, so. And then we're going to put a tube on it, believe it or not. And then some labels. So, a lot to do for a little thing. I'm going to hold that a second. It's not going to want to stay, is it? Oh, my glue's gone all drippy. It's sticking to me more than it is the paper. Oh, that's fallen out. Literally is. Okay, let's get this in place. How about that? We do it that way. Then we'll pop this in here. Let me go. Like so. And we'll put quite a big glob, because I left the lid off, in there. Probably work anyway. Let's give that a second. Alright, so this didn't actually need the two of these pieces. Get off. Just needed one. Nevertheless, it doesn't 100% join up at the back, but it joins up enough. Next, we are going to put this over it, which, as it's just paper on the end, should be easy enough. So they want us to cut this ready. So it does say 1.3. Is it 1.3? What is it? 8mm. Very different, isn't it? So about here. This is, let me do it from the other end, because that end isn't even straight. We haven't even used it on anything yet, so it came that way. It's possibly easier to do it with scissors, although this is a brand new blade, as I pinged the other one all over the show. I'm going to need this sort of tubing for two things. I'm going to need it again. So just pop this in. Tried to get most of that glue off, but it made quite the mess. I think just the bottle had exploded as such. And put that in like so. And it should, I mean, it kind of gives it the impression that it's all the way down. Yeah, pretty much so. And I can see this has gone very crooked. I'm not having fun with this. It's more of a challenge than I'm sure it should be. Okay, so 0.8 does not cut really what it's meant to be, unless we have it without the picture at the bottom, and I don't think we're meant to do that. So let's get that trimmed. almost. Like I say, I'm sure it'd be a lot easier if I just use scissors, sorry, hitting the camera. And that'd be what I'm doing. Yes, that was a lot easier. So this will be upright. Hopefully reshape it. It's got a bit flattened now. And this. Oh my gosh. Might put this one down to just being a disaster, actually. I mean, how much hassle can it be? Okay. And then we are going to put a sticker on it. Marmalade sticker. Which is here. Just need to make sure it's the right way up. So you want the silver towards the top, by the way. So let me see. Okay. I'm going to start it where this one was. And roughly in the middle going round. That's a lot of effort for a tiny little pot. And then we are going to put a top on it, which is going to be, wow, getting rid of stuff that I need now. I don't think I've pulled it. Oh, so no, I don't think I did. Alright, I'll be back. Alrighty, in hand it is. And then this, basically a covering, is just going to go on top. Like so. And this is evidently the marmalade. I think I made a pig's ear of this, to be honest with you. Can't even get it on right. It's a moment. And that's what we end up with. Something like this. Yeah, not my prettiest attempt at these things. Okay, next we're going to make a coffee pot. Let's see if we can be a bit more successful. This is 10mm of this. So a whole centimetre. I'm just going to cut it with scissors this time. No messing around. May not be straight, but it's done. And we are covering this with this is coffee basically, I believe. Yeah, coffee canister it says. And this just has a sticker going around the outside of it. And then we'll put this one back in because this one's probably still got a little bit of glue on it too. And hopefully hide any, I'm out of camera again. Just hold you off to the right really, shouldn't I? And then I wouldn't have to worry. Okay. This is still a bit sticky. Okay, and then on top of that goes one of these little silver stickers. Is that it? Just making sure. Indeed. And this is considered a coffee canister. And I think when it goes in, even if this doesn't have enough glue on it, this little top bit would be fine. Right, and bring in the beacon. I think, even though it's stringy, it kind of does what we're looking for. So we're going to make a little coffee sign. And I just realised, and these are kind of already perforated, which is handy. So that will be stuck. Fold it again, like so. on there, and then that'll be stuck like that. So let me get that done, and then I thought to make a basket, which is called a storage basket. And I think after my mishap with my B7000, I mean that made a total mess of kind of everything. Just as well though, otherwise I wouldn't have known I'd made it wrong. And then later on I would have been spare, like worrying about that I'm missing a part, and it'd be like, oh dang. And I probably wouldn't never have found it either. That's where I put an extra one. Alright, and that's a coffee sign. Stay there a bit longer. Now that's on the tweezers too. Doesn't want to stay in there. It's like, no, I'm too short. I need, and I guess it's because it's going to go at an angle, so it could be shorter at the back than the front, and you're not going to see the back whatsoever. Grab a Kleenex ready. My dog absolutely loves Kleenex. Absolutely loves them. Alright, so that's that. Go up here, coffee sign. So evidently it's meant to be a coffee advertisement. There we go. It's quite cute, isn't it? I think sometimes when you make all these tiny things and you realise that really you're not going to see them, it's quite sad really. That sticker didn't overly go on straight either. Right, stop looking at the little bits. So we're going to make a basket, and again this is perforated. So I mean, this is actually a really good model, because most times it'll get you to bend them on a ruler and all sorts, and it even has the cutouts ready. So like, this is already done. Most times on these models you're doing everything like that, like so. And then that goes in there, so we get some beacon from that too. Splodgy. My glues are so messy, it seems. I'm gonna have these two going over the edge like so. And that is one basket done. Really, I just want to see how much glue I could possibly wear. Right. Next we are making something. I actually don't know what it is. I have to turn the page in order to find it. So we have to join 3 pieces of wood together. Come here, wood glue, at least that's not messy. Ooh, starting to get bunged up, that wood glue. Ouch. As I get myself with its pin. Okay. I'm just going to line them up. I actually don't know what this is making. I have to turn a page to find out. Sweet. Could at least take it a little bit, pretend it had taken a bit. Okay, let's see what we're making. Alright, this is to make, oh, a milk carton. Okay. So it's going to go on the inside of here, like so. It has a very specific way of making it so it looks like a milk bottle, a milk carton even. So first things first, the only thing we are doing is folding in the sides. Folding this in, and this block of wood goes in here. Okay, and I suggest, I'm going to use a bit of wood glue, I would suggest work towards the bottom rather than the top, because I know we've got some work to be done on the top there. So that's got a moment. I want to get this lid on. Well, not really a lid, just get my pin back into my bottle. It takes a moment. It seems to be on the giving moment. And then we're going to put a bit of glue over here, and we'll move on to the next step, and then we'll come back to this. It looks a bit of a nightmare, really. So avoidance here, for me anyway. So it'll go something like so. And then the bottom, basically, how is it? It has the little sides going in first. And then, okay, let's get those little ones in. That's where I need something a bit more precise than, which is where the B7000 is really good. It's just was being splodgy. Put that on, and then put both sides in, like so. And this one forward, and this one poking as such into it. So under and over. Well, I don't suppose it's meant to be exactly like that, but you know it's going to be a sat on that edge. And then we are going to put it in these bits and put these two top ones together, from what I can gather. If I can get a little bit out. So they don't have to be, those triangle bits on either side don't have to be stuck in. But these two do. So basically it will look something like so. Get this lid back on this glue. And then next we are going to do, oh, we're going to put storage. We are going to put the storage basket that we only just made on the shelf, ready to go. So we're going to be working on the shelving area for it. So let's see if I can let go of this. These tweezers a little bit cleaner. Okay, so I know we are going to put this paper on the back of here. It doesn't matter which way round, so let me do that. And I've got the old beacon out. Be all nice and neat, beacon. And then we can pretty much deal with wood glue, I think, for this section. Oh, it doesn't matter which way around, this paper is exactly the same either way. It's just so that it looks like so. Go up there. And then we are taking D12, which it looks like this one, and putting our storage basket on it. I'm not sure why we're not waiting, but we're not. Right, let's try this B7000 again, see if I can get it to behave itself. There we go. That's a bit better. It's because I forgot to put the pin in. Let's make sure it's clear of the back and everything. Okay, and then we're going to start to put some wood pieces together and build this thing. Let me zoom it out a tiny bit. There we go. So we're going to use our backing, which is this one here. Whoops, moved you. Super glue, wood glue, whatever I've done with it. Got to make sure it's the right way round. So there's a right and a wrong way. This is not the right way. And we are putting in, put a little bit on the tab at the back, this in there. I'm not sure why we had to put the basket on at that point. I did follow the instructions, it does seem a bit daft. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever why it was needed to do that actually at that point in time. Then we are going to get this piece with the hole in the front, and that's going to go at the bottom here. Oh, wood glue's being all bloggy now too. Must be the day. It is hotter today, so maybe it's the heat. We could go with that. It's misbehaving itself. Oh, that was an easier way to do it than the way I was trying to do it. Okay, and then we are putting it on one side. Like I said, I don't know what the rush was to do this. So let's see, make sure it's the right one. I can imagine it only goes one way actually. Okay, and it goes into this little tab here. And it's on the outside, like so. So we'll run some glue up here. Just a little bit. Doesn't need to, so I just put a bit on that edge. I realise that I'm out of camera range yet again. And it's going to have this tab here towards the back. Oh, I got glue all over my hands. That was that B7000 giving me jib. That's what I blame. It's going to probably be a day or so till that all comes off eventually, because I've tried with water and I thought I'd got most of it. Okay, so make sure this one's in, which is not. There we go. And lined up at the back, leaving you a little tab here. Okay, and next we are going to put on the other side. No, we're going to put the roof part on. So there's a very small piece, I believe. Not that one, this one, which goes up here. So let's get that prepared. And let's make sure it's all square then. She says it's not looking square at all. There we go. And this has come well forward. That's okay. Then we're going to put the other side on so that'll square it up even more. I can struggle with those sides bits again. Right, let's find this pin. I think we're coming to the end of using wood glue. We will see. Maybe a little bit longer. I think we've got another couple of bits to do. Got a shelf to put in. Yeah. Back here. Oh, it wants that in now. Maybe I wasn't meant to put the roof right on now. No, I think I was meant to do both. Okay. And there's just stickers in here. Gonna run a bead along here too. Okay, putting the basket on there, I just don't get. That's my thing here. I just don't get why we had to put the basket in at that point in time. I mean, I'm sure it could have fit. Right then, sorry about that. Not that camera, of course. Knocked everything flying actually. too much pressure on. I had no control of my pressure. Okay, it actually went on okay. Damn it. When was this meant to go on? Okay, this is meant to go on before now. So like I said before, it's when you suddenly see pieces and you're like, okay, what happened? And it's grid going outwards. Ooh, can I get this in? Do this before you do what I did. Making it 10 times harder for myself, I'm sure. We got it. And now see, this is meant to be on the other side, so yeah, I couldn't follow instructions anyway, could I? Alright, and that's what we have now. And yes, the basket, that wasn't in shot, should have been on this side anyway. So, in case it wasn't in shot, and then make sure your back is all in okay. Alright, so we're going to load it up. Yeah, ish. We've got one more thing to make, but I'll do that in a second. So we're going to load this up. First of all, we'll go in that milk carton along with the marmalade. So a little milk carton. It says mill. Do you think it's the same sort of thing, right? Go to the right here. And then our marmalade, which I believe is this one. Yeah. And I just use wood glue. Oh well. It looks kind of cool on the top there. Can't straighten it whatsoever. I swear it's still sticky from that glue mess. Okay, got it in. And squidge that down, didn't quite want to fit in under there. Right, and next to it goes, I have no idea what they've got going there. Oh, a faded book. Oh, we need one of the books. Hold on, I'll be back. Alright, it was on my drying area, which I didn't even bring this direction. Didn't realise I'd actually need some of it. Put this lid in this time. I think that's what caused the mess, because I'd left the lid off. Oh. Okay. Let me get that in. Didn't like this book anyway, so good. I guess it's up to you how you put it. Sorry, it looks like somebody's actually read it. Pages thumbed through. Alright, and next we have to need one of the tiny screwdrivers for this, so let me grab one. Don't think it was the one from this model, but it will work the same. And we are going to use some wire and make a, go back over here, a plant pot. So basically what it wants you to do is, doesn't say how long, it just says take this wire and wind it around and around and around and around and around and around and squish it down and around. I'm assuming it's all of it because it didn't tell me how much to use. doesn't really say anything at all. And then it says cut it. Okay, we can do that. Make it in snips, and we will cut it. These aren't my sharpest ones, that's for sure. Oh, it worked fine. So I'm going to keep some of it because I don't know if I'm not going to be using it again. And then we're going to put a bit of the white. Can't get that bit off there. Okay, I'm going to put a bit of the white flowering, this, inside it. And it's going to go on the top shelf on the right. So I guess, let's get the scissors again, get rid of all that. Guess we'll put a couple of sprigs in. Got loads of, I mean, there is one thing about this, these kits, they come with enough flowers. I don't think you're ever going to run out. I've never had one yet anyway. I mean, I shouldn't say it for a definite here. Right, flowers in there. And then we stick it on that top shelf. So I'll get that ready to go as well. Got so many tools out at the moment, I don't know where they all, what I'm doing with them all. Need to get them put away. And then I'll look to see if we have time to do the next thing. And how long the next thing might be. So who knows? Right, should we make that too? Oh, I got this one. Why not use it, eh? We got it. I think it's going to be way too long for what the area it's going in. And the area is actually really quite small. So maybe I've made my layers too big. Right, and that just goes in the top here. Alright. Makes me worry about this piece. I reckon that's meant to go towards the back. Oh, am I going to get it off? It's wood glue. Hold on, let me see if I can get it off. This is going to the back, it's not meant to be on the front. Okay, get that re-glued on. Just noticed the tab was even there. Can't remember seeing it before, I'm sure it was. Pretty sure it was me. Can't put the glue. Okay, so that came off alright. Just going to put this back in, maybe. You know, look at me, about to do the same mistake. So that it has the tab towards the back, basically. It went in a bit easier than it did the first time. Okay, so we have our white flowers done. Next we are doing, let's see, we have the rest of the stuff to put on the shelves. It doesn't actually tell me what goes, oh I see, just this sign. Where does the coffee canister go then? Oh, the coffee canister goes in here and the marmalade goes outside. Oh well, we got it this way now. On the same shelf though, so just while this isn't dry. Then we're going to put some cups on, and those have got to fit in this shelf too. Which is going to be quite the amazing. See if I can push this over a bit. Well, we have coffee on the outside in the basket with marmalade. Can we switch it? It's going to bug me if I don't. I may not be able to. Oh, yes, I can. Right, marmalade's out here. Well, I don't think we're going to fit many cups in there, do you? Not on the shelf, anyway. Maybe the book's... No, the book is definitely lying down. I think really a lot of it's just your personal choice on how you want to do that. And how you want to dress it up in things. Makes more sense for the coffee to be by the milk rather than the marmalade. Okay, oh, that moved. Can't stick. Likes my tweezers way more than where it's meant to be. That's so crooked. I don't even think it was that sticker that I was worried about. Okay, alright. Okay, and next we are putting in the sign just at the top here. And then we have some cups and things to make. Like I say, evidently there's a choice. You can do 3 cups or 3 ones you don't have to make with cardboard. So they're your choices basically. And a little coffee sign. It's called coffee advertising sign. It's kind of alright, isn't it? So yeah, like I say, there's a couple of things with here. So you have some pre-made coffee cups, like so, or you can make 3 out of the cardboard, and it says it's up to you. I think I'm not going to do the cardboard ones. I think I'm going to just do the wood ones that you stick on the back here, and they kind of look as much like cups as the other ones would. The other ones that you literally make out of cardboard, I'll show you a picture in a minute, and I think these will look just fine. So what it's meant to be looking is that it's hanging from the top basically, so you can see like it's got little handles. If I can get them in straight-ish. Does not have to be perfect, just has to be in. Okay, 2. Come on, out you go. Really wants to go that side down. Can't imagine that it's much heavier from one side to the other that it wants to go upside down at all. You know, like when you put jam or whatever on your bread and you drop it, it always goes the jam side down. Now that I understand because of the weight, but it's a sticker. I don't think that makes a difference. Alright, so that's kind of how it looks. So it looks alright. And the last thing was the cups for here and a piece of paper going across the top, which I will peel. It's just a sticker, which is interesting because you'd think it would stick on everything else really. And this is what it looks like, and it goes across the top here. And it looks, oh I see. So you just have the flaggy things looking downwards, and all the rest is on the top. Oh, it even has a place to put the notch that I was trying to put on the wrong way. So I soon would have spotted it when I'd got to this stage, that there was something on the back here that didn't thingy up. So I'm just gonna, oh, I don't want it to go too far down. I want it to go down without it being pushed. But it wants to do that. Right, so the next thing we are going to do, so that's this done. Next we've got a hanging basket to make, a long hanging basket, etc, etc. Let me check what time we have. So I'm not going to be using these, by the way. I'm going to put them back into the box along with all my other bits and pieces. Not that many of them really. I mean, I got a little bit of wiring left. I'm glad I didn't make it any bigger. Plastic I can get rid of. Got another canister top type thing. This is done. Right, so I think we probably are good enough for today. Excuse me. And then tomorrow what we do is we do a hanger basket, a long hanging basket, and a billboard. Let me show you on the picture here that if you'd used the cups made of cardboard, they would have looked like this, whereas the ones that I use look like this. So that's kind of the difference, and it just says pick one to use. I did think they had cups down here on the shelves, but they don't. So that's that. So that actually finished page 9. There is a lot to this one, I will say that, but here we are. We have made another day. We've only made one thing, but it is rather beautiful, really. I mean, it really is, and it's quite interactive and things like that. These stickers don't want to stick down, but I'm sure they will when they go in, because they're actually going to be going against a wall anyway, I think, pretty sure. So that's what we have. So it actually looks all right. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you again to continue this build. It actually is, because I mean, I've done a lot of these builds. This one seems to be pretty well made. I mean, it's got the stickers, which I haven't used a lot of. Some of the things are quite straightforward to make, like the jars. Okay, yeah, I can get them wrong, but like the jars and things like that. And then this little wire one, that's kind of cool. I think I made something like this in the Mooning house actually, with wire. The milk bottle was a lot easier to do. I think the fact that they fold their paper like it's almost perforated makes it a darn sight easier than sitting there with your ruler trying to bend them all. Anyway, that's where we are. So like I say, tomorrow we should be doing some hanging baskets. Might probably get as far as the wheel actually, and a billboard for sure. And then got a few other bits to do, and we can start actually putting it all together. All right, this is going to go on my drying area, and we will see it again when we're ready to install it. So please like and subscribe. If you've got any comments, more than welcome to leave them. I will get back to you when I can, or you can email me at opallyhour@outlook.com. That's also written down at the end of the video, with a picture of my, or a photo of my puppy Juliet. Yeah, do take care of yourselves. That's the most important thing. Take care now. Bye bye.